Yes, sir. Welcome to another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by BettingPros. You know me, know the voice, know the guys. Me, really rough, villain rough, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. All right, a very annoying, weird night gets even weirder because, well, now that version of this show is no longer here and out in the ethosphere, but I did just have to take a case to just let the fourth wall down for the people. I did have to just take a second, delete the first version that I recorded, and then also sit here and wait because for some reason, as soon as I started recording a previous version that no longer exists and you're never going to hear it, I'm sorry. I probably should have kept it because it was kind of funny, but then it was also a really tough listen. I had the hiccups like immediately when we're starting recording the show. And so now I'm just recording with the hiccups. And I got about a couple of minutes through and I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. And I literally just sat here for like 10, 15 minutes trying to force my hiccups to go away so I could actually, record the episode. So here we are. I wish I could say that was the weirdest thing that happened tonight, that the hiccups just randomly started. Like it literally, as soon as I hit record, I just randomly started hiccuping. And it's probably because the universe knew I was about to come up here and rant over how I lost that bet last night. Which bet am I talking about? I'm actually not talking about the Chicago Bulls bet because that one, I understand what I did wrong. And you know what? I could take that. Like, you got to understand where you go wrong with this stuff and just not make the decision again. And where I went wrong is as laser focused as I was. And I told myself weeks ago I was backing the Bulls into play in. The Miami Heat were a dog. And ultimately, I know I play the Miami Heat as a dog. So, you know what? I'm not even mad. Like, I'm really not even mad that happened. Like, that was on me. That's 100%. That loss right there, that's on me. And so, you tailed, you lost. That is on me. I should have never, ever faded the Miami Heat as a dog. I never do that. But I was really, really locked into the Bulls. So, that's not even what I'm mad about. I'm not mad about that. What I'm mad about is I felt like I was tripping. I thought I was in a Twilight universe and I really didn't understand what was going on at the moment. But the Dallas Mavericks just had no plans for Spencer Dinwiddie in this game at all. And where did that come from? I had to go back and look through the game logs. I'm literally sitting here like Spencer Dinwiddie just played last game. I get he was 1 for 10 in a game that you guys needed, but you've been running Spencer Dinwiddie this entire time. There was nothing that gave me any indication that Spencer Dinwiddie was in the doghouse and wasn't going to play minutes in this game. And Spencer Dinwiddie just doesn't play minutes the whole game. He's not even in the rotation. Brandon Williams is playing more minutes than Spencer Dinwiddie. Like, oh man, what a. And then they bring him in the final 2 minutes because they're beating the Kings so bad that they have to pull the starters and the backups and then put in the guys on the bench that weren't doing anything like Spencer Dinwiddie all game. And that actually activates the bet so I don't even void. I thought we were like, all right, at least if he doesn't play, we get a void, it go 1-1, we're fine. Because Anthony Davis ended up turning it on in the later part of that game, also messing up the Anthony Davis game, honestly, because you need a point guard to get Anthony Davis the ball, and they didn't run a point guard. Like, they didn't have a point guard until they brought Brandon Williams off the bench and Dante Exum. But there was no Spencer Dinwiddie. He was just wasn't. Why was he not in the plans? I don't know. I guess don't ask me because they ended up blowing the Kings out anyway. Shout out to the Kings and their really, really bad defense. I actually am disappointed that I didn't make the Dallas Mavericks a play on this show. I would have loved to do that. I've been feeling Mavericks all week. Ended up liking the Mavericks on my other show, but I just did not get the bet in here. I really, really wish I placed it and gave it out here. Would have been a 2-2 day after that whatever with Spencer Dinwiddie. That was annoying. I mean, the last 2 minutes of the game, the bet loses because he brings them off the bench because they're killing him so bad. Ah, that's really annoying. But it's really even more annoying of why he wasn't playing in the first place to just go ahead and get the 10 points we needed. Sigh, sigh, sigh. All right. Enough of that, though. I don't have much going for you because there's actually no basketball being played on Thursday, but I do have one play in the playing games on Friday that I want to make already. I went ahead and made it. Wow, I didn't even say that right. Went ahead and made it. So I'm gonna give it out to you. But before we do that, gotta let you know that the Robert Horry signed jersey is still up for grabs. Hey, that's something like Survivor there. Robert Horry jersey is back up for grabs. Yes, make sure you go out there and get that Robert Horry signed jersey. Big shot Bob over there. Lakers jersey at that. If you're not on youtube.com/bettingpros right now, then you have a chance to go ahead and subscribe, comment on this video, and you can have a chance to win that Robert Horry signed jersey. You should 100% take the opportunity to do so, and it could be you. It could be you. Raffles, it could be anybody. You always have a shot. So go do it. And if you don't believe that your luck is good enough for you to win a raffle, I just want you to know it is because I won one raffle. May not have gotten another one yet, but I sure enough got that one. And I'm telling you, it can happen to you. So go ahead and get you a chance to win that Robert Dory signed jersey there. Subscribe over there at Betting Pros YouTube, comment, and shout out to our friends over there at pristineauction.com. All right. I have one play that I want to make for Friday already. I already knew where I was going with this. It didn't matter who was winning the Chicago Bulls and Miami Heat game, honestly. Probably could have saved myself a few bucks. Excuse me. Probably could have saved myself a few bucks if I just went ahead and skipped that whole ordeal and just waited until the game was over and then just bet the winner because I was fading the Atlanta Hawks regardless of what happened. I was going to fade the Atlanta Hawks. I don't have faith in the Atlanta Hawks. I think that they're going to miss the playoffs. Yes, they have been injured, but you take a bad team and you take some of the key pieces off of that bad team, like a Jalen Johnson and a Clint Capella, and they just start treading water for the rest of the season, honestly. And so I think this is a spot where the Miami Heat just come in there and actually out physical them. They're able to get to a level of defense even on the road that Atlanta I just don't think is able to muster up. And I think that you have a Miami Heat team that's feeling uber confident after the scoring output that they were able to get against the Chicago Bulls in that game. Like I know they only finished with 109 points, but they were very, very, very efficient from the field for a majority of that game. Like Miami Heat felt good about the looks and the attempts they were getting and were able to really not even make that game even close. And I think they can give Atlanta the same kind of problems here. So maybe it's some Trey Young and not a lot of everybody else. But I'm not backing this Atlanta defense that's towards the bottom of the league here. And the Miami Heat, who have been playing great defense by all accounts over the course of the final stretch of the season to even put themselves in this position. Like the Miami Heat were probably, I would say, the third hottest team in the Eastern Conference coming in at this moment. You had the Bucks, who I believe won like 8 straight. The Chicago Bulls were like 15-5 in their last 20. And then there was the Miami Heat right there, able to figure things out and get going. So I was really, really disappointed because I wanted like a 7-8 in the East to be Miami, Chicago, but we ended up getting that matchup and I ended up picking wrong, of course. But this was always the end result. I was always going to fade Atlanta blindly in the next round just because I know that Atlanta can let down in this spot. Trey Young does give me a little bit of pause here in the play-in, but I just don't see any life from this Atlanta team on the defensive side of the basketball that really makes me feel like they're going to do anything or be able to get any type of stops against Miami in this game. So I love the Miami Heat on the money line. You can get that at it's basically a pick 'em right now. Laying 1 on both sides, -102 is the price that I got for the Miami Heat in this one. I'm taking the Miami Heat. I think they're gonna be able to get it done, and they're currently a dog, so I get to right my wrongs from the last round because I really, really should have been on the Miami Heat as a dog. I'm always on the Miami Heat as a dog. I shouldn't have gotten tunnel vision there, so that was on me. I'm on the Miami Heat here. Heat money line. That's the only play I have for you. On a day without basketball, I'll go through, scour through, look at some player props as they release them, and we'll have some bets later today, and definitely some bets on the show tomorrow. So make sure you still listen to the show tomorrow. I'll definitely have some player props that I'll be getting into, and maybe I get into a side or a total in this one as well. But the game that I wanted to just go ahead, get down, Heat money line. That's it. No questions, nothing extra. Just give me Heat money line. Heat make the playoffs. Atlanta Hawks don't. That's what I'm doing. All right, at really real __ on X. Make sure you give me a follow at Betting Pros on X and TikTok, at Betting Pros NFL on Instagram, and youtube.com/Betting Pros, where you can subscribe, like the video, drop a comment. Just like that, you're entered into a chance to win a Robert Horry signed Lakers jersey. All right, with that, that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna end like this. Yo, what happened with Spencer Dinwiddie tonight? We're out of here.